Trump's deadline for Iran to reopen the Strait of Hormuz is approaching. Ahead of Trump's deadline, the Israeli military warned Iranians not to use trains and to stay away from railway lines. U.S. will recover our war fighters, anywhere in the world, under any conditions. Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff Dan Kane. He begins by again reiterating that the rescue mission was a dangerous undertaking for the U.S. military. Israeli military and Mossad helped rescue downed American airmen, U.S. envoy says. Iran's ambassador to Pakistan said Pakistan's efforts to end the war were approaching a critical and sensitive stage. Trump earlier warned that if Iran does not meet his deadline, it will have no bridges and no power plants, and it will be like the Stone Ages, reminds his previous threat to send Iran back to the Stone Ages. Trump said that the United States, not Tehran, should be the one to charge tolls for ships and cargo ships passing through the Strait of Hormuz. Trump said that entire country can be taken out in one night, and that night might be tomorrow night. Iran rejects ceasefire in response to U.S. proposal to end war. State media. Earlier, IRNA reported that Iran had submitted a response to the ceasefire proposal put forward by several countries and conveyed it through Pakistan. At least 15 people were killed in joint U.S.-Israeli overnight strikes in the city of Pardes, east of Tehran, and Shahryar, west of it, according to the Iranian news agency Mehr. Two separate Israeli air attacks on southern Lebanon have killed 5 people and injured several, according to the country's national news agency, NNA. IRNA said Iran's 10-point demands were in line with Iran's considerations, calling for a permanent end to the war. Tehran's other demands include ending regional hostilities, establishing a protocol for safe passage through the Strait of Hormuz, reconstruction, and lifting sanctions, IRNA added. Israel attacked a key petrochemical plant at Iran's massive South Pars natural gas field, according to several news agencies. Iran's Revolutionary Guard's intelligence chief killed in U.S.-Israeli strikes, say IRGC. Major General Majid Kademi, the powerful and educated head of the intelligence organization of the IRGC, was killed at dawn today, said the guards in a post on their Telegram channel. Rescuers search rubble for 2 missing after Haifa attack in Israel. 2 people were killed earlier when an Iranian missile hit a 7-story building. Executions are on the rise in Iran, with many news stories being suppressed. Iran has sentenced a man to death for trying to storm a military base during protests, and 3 others have already been executed in connection with the incident. The war in the Middle East will lead to higher inflation and slower global growth, the head of the International Monetary Fund told news media. Fars News reports that 4 officers of the Iranian Army Ground Forces were killed on Sunday in a military operation to counter U.S. aircraft in Iran's Isfahan. Crude oil jumps. The price of U.S. crude oil jumped from $112 to about $114 per barrel. Iran has warned of a more severe and expansive response if Trump follows through on his expletive-laden threat to strike energy infrastructure and bridges. An Israeli strike in a residential neighborhood of Beirut killed 5 people and wounded 52, Lebanon's public health ministry says. Attacks on Israel have increased, with Yemen's Houthis targeting the south of the country and announcing their participation alongside Iran and Lebanon's Hezbollah. Trump says U.S. tried to send guns to Iranian protesters to fight against government. The first and second administrations were withdrawn. Now, the third group of people we're dealing with are not so extremists. They're actually very smart, Trump added. IAEA Director General Rafael Grossi warned that attacks near Iran's Bushehr nuclear plant could pose a serious radiological risk to people and the environment in Iran and beyond. Local and state media reported that more than 25 people, including children, were killed overnight after U.S.-Israeli forces attacked a university. Iranian cluster munitions have landed in Israel, causing casualties in the Sharon Plain and several locations in central Israel. The IDF said medical teams have been dispatched to help with rescue operations following the attack.